Sports all plays. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays.
Welcome, and good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of ASAP in the Morning. Yesterday, we had a great episode, at least a total of about 6 to maybe 7 members here at ASAP in the Morning, and today we just got the remaining 2, the heart and soul of ASAP in the Morning, the ones who bring you the heat and the smoke. Myself, Frankie C., your host, your producer, your moderator, basically everything today. And I'm with my co-host from Unscripted, my brother from another mother, Jay McLovin.
Hey, good morning, Frankie. You know, I'm still literally on fire from yesterday morning's episode. It was there was a lot of smoke. At one point, I think I saw a couple of fire trucks. It was pretty hot. It was pretty intense at some points. I got to be honest with you. I think I got my feelings hurt a little bit, so I had to go see my therapist. It was quite the episode.
Well, let me be the first to say I apologize to Jay for getting on his back and pissing him off. But normally I piss Jay off a lot, but yesterday was another level. Jay was on like he said, he had to call the fire department. It was a little heated in ASAP in the morning. But let's start it off, Jay. The Boston Celtics, as we knew, was going to win, and they ended up being victorious yesterday against the Miami Heat in Boston. As I said, they wouldn't lose back-to-back at home. Fantastic victory for the Celtics, winning it by 20 points. The first quarter alone, Jade, Boston led the first quarter 29-11, with Bam Adebayo, who basically had a fantastic game 3, but then didn't show up for game 4. And not just Adebayo, but everybody on the Heat starting lineup did not even get into double-digit points, Jay. Give me your thoughts on how Miami played.
Yeah, you know, exactly. And I think Boston definitely felt the sense of urgency. They knew they couldn't lose that game. If they lost that game down 3-1, they knew it was going to be a tough road back. And so they came out and they did what Boston was supposed to do. They gave you the rebounds. I mean, look, Frankie, for the love of God, man, they gave you, well, let's be honest, they went to the free throw line quite a bit. They got 38 free throws and they made 32. So that just kind of tells you, number one, where that was at. So, and then also at the rebounds, they get 60 rebounds to 39 from Miami. And so, again, I'm telling you, it's in the paint. Like I said earlier, you got to – if Boston can dominate the paint, there's nothing that Miami can do to stop them. But they got to be dominant in the paint, and that's exactly what they did. Again, 38 points in the paint to 28 points in the paint, and that was really the telltale difference between the last game, which Miami took, and then last night's game, which Boston took. So, again, if whoever controls the paint is going to win this series. And when Boston is playing at its best, they can't be stopped in the paint. And I don't think Adebayo is just not the answer. He's too inconsistent. He's undersized, and he's too inconsistent to really be that guy.
Well, they didn't have Robert Williams in game 2 or game 3 for the Celtics, and he was active last night. And I did say that if he was to be active in this game was going to be a whole different scenario. Like, they have the people that can protect that paint. Bam wasn't going to do what he did in game 3 against the Celtics in game 4. I mean, you didn't have Robert Williams. Al Horford didn't show up. So Bam just did what Bam wanted to do in the paint. And yesterday, I apologize, that people in the paint and Al Horford and Robert Williams, they showed up in the paint. They said, Bam, come on in here, try and do what you can do in game 3. Let's see if you can do it again tonight. And that did not happen. Al Horford had 4 blocks, 13 total rebounds, and 11 of them were defensive rebounds. You can't ask more from a center to give you that much rebound. I mean, that's gonna win you the game. But in realistic, Jay, this entire game was just ugly. Just ugly. The Heat was shot a 33.3% from the field, 38.9 from the 3, compared to the Celtics, who shot 39.7 from the field and only 23.5 from the 3. So I agree with you. It was a paint game, basically. You know, like we'll see who gets the most layups or who gets the most rebounds. It kind of looked like both teams are tired. They can't take many shots as they want to because, you know, they know that they're going to miss. Jayson Tatum was the star of the Celtics, scoring a high of 31 points for the team, 8 for 16 from the field, but 1 from 7 for the 3. I agree. It did come down to the free throws. He had majority of them. 16 of those went to Tatum, and he made 14. So it makes a whole lot of difference in the paint, protecting it, and you know, such forth. But Jimmy Butler did play. I wasn't expecting him to play, but he did. He played 27 minutes, but he did not look like Jimmy Butler that we know. He only scored 6 points and went 3 for 14 from the field and only 0 for 2 from the 3. So maybe they forced Jimmy Butler to come back so quickly. I think they should have rested him one more game. I mean, who cares if this series gets tied up? It just makes it look like, you know, we're back to square one, game 1, and we start fresh. But maybe they shouldn't have played Jimmy Butler. Maybe they should have rested him and wait till they go back to Miami and see where they go from there.
Yeah, I think it's amazing to me. Excuse me, number one, that all 5 of your starters had a combined 18 points. Like, what the hell? And your only saving grace in that was Victor Oladipo, who gave you 23. But, I mean, 18 points between all 5 of your starters, and you're shooting 33% from the field as a team. That's to me, that's just horrible. I mean, that's just flat out horrible. I expected at least a little bit better than that. But yeah, again, you know, their injuries, you know, Miami is dealing with it. Obviously, well, Tucker came back off that thigh bruise, and then, you know, you got Butler's injury, and then of course you got Lowry in the hamstring. So I get they had injuries, but damn, 18 points between 5 starters—that's crazy to me, Frankie.
Yeah. What's funny to me, Jay, and I just put this up on our message. Our guy Con Man was here yesterday. He was picking the Heat out of nowhere. He's like, you know, oh, they got 2 undrafted point guards. You know, point guards make the difference in this game. Kawhi, da. Bam's gonna do this, ba. Oh, watch out for Struss. Where was Struss last night?
Hey, I'll tell you where Strauss was. Hey, Strauss was 0 for 7, and Vincent was 2 for 10. So much for undrafted free agents really being a hot big deal. Whatever.
I'm excited because I've been saying it since day one. Miami shouldn't be here. Miami really shouldn't be here. I mean, they're here. Congratulations to their fan base. You guys are in the Eastern Conference Finals. But you guys really shouldn't be here. You guys had an easy way through. And then it just goes to shows when the Boston Celtics got their heads out their ass and they got their heads on the court, they can honestly win a game. It shows that they had a shitty shooting percentage, Jay.
Right.
But they still won because they had a fantastic rebound and a fantastic defense going. And to be realistic, every sport, I don't care what sport you think it is, in every sport, defense wins you the game. Defense will always win you the game. And that's what the Boston Celtics showed last night against the Heat, winning by 20. And I think the Boston Celtics are going to carry this momentum because they didn't even have Marcus Smart last night. Imagine if they had Marcus Smart back on the court.
Yeah.
Their defensive player of the year. This team is going to be phenomenal in Game 5. I can't wait. That's going to go on tomorrow. Jay, so both Jaylen Brown and Bam, they showed up for Game 3, but both of them had a really bad night. Now Jaylen Brown went 5 for 20 with 29 minutes and 1 for 6 from the three, 5 for 20 from the field. Do you think that Jaylen Brown just backed off a little bit because he's seen that Robert Williams came back, Al Horford was stepping up, Jayson Tatum was making more shots than he did in Game 3? Do you think Jaylen Brown just stepped it back a little bit and should have taken less shots and more focused on the defense or something?
That's the thing, right? I don't know if you do that. I mean, there's two schools of thought. One school is you can say, hey, look, man, this is not your night. Your shot's not on. Let's start distributing the ball more. You can go with that school of thought. But the problem with that is you don't really get your shooter's touch back unless you shoot the ball. A lot of people say, hey, look, don't worry about it. Just keep shooting the ball until you get your rhythm back. So I don't know. It depends on what school of thought you fall under. The good thing for the Celtics is that wasn't the good thing for Miami is that when Bam had an off night, well, hell, the whole damn team was off. Matter of fact, the whole damn team was in the locker room. So, for what Jaylen Brown had an off night, well, the rest of the team was hot. So they kind of covered up for him in terms of his shooting. But I think he's got to keep shooting, man. I don't think you want him to stop because he is your number 2 guy on your team. And you don't want your number 2 guy to lose his confidence or this, that, or the other. So you almost got to kind of let him shoot his way out of the funk.
When I say that he goes 5 for 20, if I was the coach, I would say, maybe you took a little bit too much shots. I want to see you drive in the paint, cause some fouls, get fouled, get yourself to the free throws because he only went to the free throws.
Nothing to get your momentum going.
Yeah, you get yourself fouled, get yourself some shots at the free throw, and get your rhythm going. I want to pull this comment up because this is, as I'm a host, I normally don't put up his comments, but I'm going to put it up because this is one of the stupidest things he can ever say. Damian Hernandez says Celtics shouldn't be here either. They haven't faced anybody competitive at all in these playoffs, Jay. The Celtics have not played anybody competitive in this playoffs.
I almost believe it's like this, Frankie. I think Damian knows that it's a dumb comment, but I think he puts it on there just to stir up some conversation. So I don't think Damian is really that dumb. I think he just puts it up there to stir conversation because if he really believed that, then I really question everything about him.
He's been riding Miami coattails since the Bulls got eliminated.
That is true. He has been riding Miami pretty hard. Him and Sandro Arroyo Sanchez, who I haven't seen in the stream yet in the comments, so I'm assuming he must be really devastated at this point about his Miami Heat.
I'm enjoying it. I want Con Man to come in here to get the smoke because he picked Miami yesterday. He was the only one on ASAP in the morning to pick Miami. And just normal, like always, when a team that Con Man picks lose, Con Man disappears as well. He never shows his face unless they win. And I'm not liking that. Con Man picked Brooklyn, and they got swept. And where did Con Man go? To Cancun with KD and the Brooklyn Nets. It had an enjoyable vacation, and he came back here on ASAP in the morning, picked the Miami Heat to win last night. They lost, and now he's back on vacation. I want Con Man to come in here, but that'll be another time, I guess. We're going to move on to the next game that's happening tonight. A very interesting one. Game 4, Golden State Warriors with a 3-0 lead, looking for the janitors in Dallas. Actually, Jay, I got a call, and I got told that Stephen Curry and Steve Kerr went up to the janitors in Dallas and said, get as many brooms as you can ready because we're about to sweep this building and we are about to throw out the confetti of the blue and gold Dub Nation. Oh, here he is. Yeah. Sanders Arroyo Sanchez. He's like, I'm here. Win or lose is 2-2, not 3-1, not 3-0. So it is what it is. Time for Miami to answer back.
Sander, your starters gave you 18 points total. Your starters. And you think that you're going to bounce back? I don't think so. Last time I checked, they were digging a grave and getting ready to put that corpse you call Miami into it.
I've been telling you guys about Damian's drug abuse with his takes. I mean, I see where Sanders is coming from because this kind of reminds me of the series of the Celtics and Bucks, Jay. You know, Boston will win one, the Bucks will win one. It will go back and forth until Game 7. And I said it even before the series start. I said Boston was going to win this in either 6 or 7, just because, you know, I'm not going to say Miami is, you know, the players are fully trash because they do got some players. They got PJ Tucker, who I like. I liked him since he was back with your team, Jay, in Houston, because he's a defensive man. And that's what you need to win. Like I always say, I'm a defensive guy. You need defense to win. PJ Tucker is a good player. I mean, he scored you 0 points, but he went 0 for 4 from the field goal and 0 for 1 from the 3. So Miami's not using him as a shooter. They're using him as a defender, and that's what they should do. You know, they got Jimmy Butler. He's supposed to be the superstar, but he got you 6 points in 27 minutes. Then you got Bam, who I like to call Bam Adobo. And for those of you who don't know, adobo is a beautiful seasoning that will make your food taste el delicioso. And then you got Kyle Lowry. And we're not even going to get to Kyle Lowry because everybody thinks he's such a superstar. But let's be real, he's really not. To me, he's not a superstar. I still agree that he only won a ring with you know, what's this guy's name? Kawhi Leonard. You know, he only won a ring with Kawhi Leonard, but, you know, he was the number 1 guy on that team for a while. But once Kawhi Leonard came in, it was done and over with. Chris Gons, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, real quick, Sander, I love how you like to downplay it. You know, a bad game is one thing. That wasn't even a bad game. That was a forfeit by all means. Literally, the Miami Heat forfeited. It was so embarrassing that I don't know, how do you get over it? How does Miami get over it? Your starters gave you 18 damn points combined the entire game, and you think that's that's atrocious. Bad is not a good enough word. I would probably use the word like atrocious. Maybe even G League play at that point.
Embarrassing.
It's horrible. And let me be honest with you, Bam Adebayo is so inconsistent, you don't know what Bam you're going to get, and you can't play like that. 60 freaking rebounds to like 30. That just tells you who was dominating in the paint.
And the shooting percentage. You guys Miami didn't have a good shooting percentage unless it was from the free throw. And you best to believe you better get a good shooting percentage from the free throw. Because if you have a horrible shooting percentage from both the 3-point and from the field, and then have a terrible percentage at the free throw, then this is a whole different conversation where I'm definitely calling Miami a hot heat garbage trash team, because that's insane if you was to get a low percentage on free throws. But the reason why they got a 57.1 in free throws because they only went to the line 14 times, Jay, and only made 8 of them. And the man who made the most free throws was Victor Oladipo, the only person who showed up in Miami with 23 points. And you got Bam, who got 3 for 5. The same amount he went 3 for 5 from the free throw, the same amount that he got from the field, 3 for 5.
And what was even crazier is if you look at the Celtics, they didn't shoot a good percentage.
No.
And they still blew them out like that. They shot, like 39-40% for the game?
Yeah, they shot 39.7. That's what I told Jay before when the show started. This game was ugly on both sides of the court, but the reason the Celtics won was because of the defense that Al Horford and Robert Williams was showing up with.
Defense and the Celtics hit all their free throws.
They went to the line 38 times.
I think hit what, 32 of them?
Yeah. And with 60, like Jay said, with 60 rebounds. Can you imagine? They could have got like 70.
Yeah,
80,
absolutely.
90.
But you know what? And they probably would have had they not. You know, they started putting the scrubs in, so that's kind of where it went at that. And hold on, you know what? I get it, but you know what? The Bucks are a pretty damn good team. I'm still, and I don't really believe the Celtics or Miami really is. And so that actually makes that carries no weight, truthfully. So it is what it is. So I give Sanders his little props.
Sanders got a good point here for you, Jay, because you did mention twice in the series with the Celtics and Bucks that Boston shot under 40% twice. The first time you had made a bet with Pride that, I bet you the Celtics will do it again or something like that, and Pride had said no, it won't. It's likely to happen. And it happened again when they shot at 36%.
It did.
I tried telling you they shot 3% better. I remember.
But you know what though? This Celtics team, in my opinion, you can't compare Miami to Boston right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're sitting there giving 18 combined points and you want to try to compare that to the Boston, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Damian's really trying to bring in the heat.
Put that up. Hey, watch this. You know what? Check this out, right? He said the Rockets forfeit every game. Don't talk about forfeit. Let me tell you something. I guarantee you, if I go back and look at every single game that the Rockets played, I'll bet you our starters had more than 18 combined points. I'll bet you.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a note from Jay's book. All right, Jay, hand me your diary real quick. Your Houston Rockets diary, and I'm gonna take it for a minute. All right. I'm going to shut Damian up. Damian, you're a Chicago Bull fan, yes or no? Yes? Okay. Your Chicago Bulls, how many times were they number one in the East this year? They were number one for a while, right, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay. You make the playoffs. Yeah, you lose. You got a good lineup and stuff like that. But you guys played the Rockets this year. Jay, did the Rockets beat the Chicago Bulls?
Yes,
that's all you gotta say, Jay. That's all you gotta say. Let Damian say what he did. Damian's team lost to a rebuild Rockets team, so that's not no forfeit, Mr. Damian. That is a future take to where the Rockets are just a future young team to take over. And I'm just saying that because yesterday I pissed Jay off. So I'm trying to be a great today.
You know what though? Hey, I think with Jalen Green, if the Rockets can pick up, like a Jabari Smith or even that Blanchero and team that up, I think the Rockets are going to start looking pretty good, man. I think that the rebuild is going to continue.
The Rockets also need to bring in at least one veteran because
and I think they will though. I think they will. I think once they get a little more solidified with a couple more draft picks, I think they do bring in free agents. You know what I mean?
Who is it on the pick? Is it John Wall or Bradley Beal?
Oh no, John Wall's with the Rockets. Is that who you're asking?
Okay, so it's John Wall. That's the one that's just sitting on the bench collecting money. I don't know if the Rockets should just move on from him and get another veteran.
Well, the thing about that is honestly, I think they were trying to hold out for see if anybody wanted to trade picks for him because they got to still pay that guy regardless. So I think they're just trying to hold on to see if they can get some draft picks for him, which I don't think they will. But at the end of the day, the reason why he's on the bench and not playing is because he doesn't want to come off the bench. And the Rockets are trying to develop this young core and give them the playing time. And that's why they're not giving it to John Wall because they're trying to develop their own team that they really are going to move forward with. And that's why John Wall's on the bench.
Look who's watching. Our boy Mike Hughes, ASAP in the morning, veteran. He said the Rockets have a veteran. He's just not playing. That is true. But, Mike, before we go on to that, I just want to say happy birthday to Mike Hughes.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mike.
ASAP in the morning's pretty face. Let's just take a minute and just happy birthday to
Happy birthday to Mike. Happy birthday to Mike. Happy birthday, you son of a bitch. Happy birthday to you.
And then Jay ends it with what?
Fucking bitch.
Happy birthday, Mike. We miss you here, bro. Jay, you must not know basketball enough to know that Miami and Boston both led the league all year in defense. It happens. This series is going to 7 watch.
Yeah, okay. You believe that all you want there, Sandro Arroyo Sanchez. And let's be honest. You know deep down you think that Miami's got a chance. You just don't want to come out and take the heat.
Bulls beat the Rockets after that, but who beat the Bulls first?
The whole point of it is the fact that you should be beating the Rockets. So you say, I say you should be beating the Rockets. It's sad that you lost to us.
Mike, I'm not going to lie, Mike. I would take John Wall and give the Rockets back Russell Westbrook because I feel like John Wall will actually play for the Lakers. He would be like, yeah, I'm not hurt. I'm you know what?
No, John. That's the thing. John Wall's not hurt. And even if they took in Russ, they're still not going to play Russ because Russ is not going to want to come off the bench either. So it doesn't really work. They're not playing John Wall because he's hurt. They're not playing John Wall because he wants to be a starter and not come off the bench. That's the reason. So it doesn't really matter if you have John Wall or Russell Westbrook. Neither one of them are playing.
Mike, I just want you to know that happy birthday we sung for you, it came straight from the heart, bro.
It did, man. Hey, totally from the heart.
I would say it would come from somewhere else, but we're live on TV, but it came from the heart, Mike. I'm pretty sure you know where it really came from, but it came from the heart. Andre, what's going on, brother? It just comes down to the fact that Miami can't score effectively, and Tatum is him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying.
Boston's just a more talented team in my eyes. They're the bigger team. They're the more talented team. When they don't turn the ball over, the Heat don't have a chance to beat them, I don't think.
Right. Damn it, Jay. You guys freaking won over a COVID Bull team. You didn't tell me that.
It doesn't matter. Hey, at that point, COVID or not, you still have enough good players on that team that they should be able to beat the Rockets. Let's just be honest. COVID or not. No. I'm not taking my cues. I love you, and we say you happy birthday, so you know we got your back. But I'm not going to let you come in here and try to pull out this weak-ass explanation of well, it's a COVID Bulls team. Shut the hell up. Either you play or you don't.
That's like me saying the Lakers didn't make the play-ins because we had injured LeBron and an injured AD. But we got a rest of the roster. Like, come on, step up. Next man up. That's always the mentality, right, Jason? Next man up.
Yeah, so Andre asked, who do I want in the draft? Honestly, I would love to see Jabari Smith. I think that's who I would want in the draft. Not that I don't like Blanchard. He's a good ball handler. But I think I like Jabari Smith, and I think that he would team up well with Jalen Green, honestly.
Jay's really lying. He really wants Paolo, so that way he can go every time he makes a shot. Jay just yells at his TV, Paolo!
Paolo!
The only player was Lonzo.
I'm pretty sure that was the only player. We'd have to go back.
Dre Montez, what's going on, brother? Thank you for showing up here on ASAP in the morning. Great to have you. You beat the Windy City Bulls. Relax.
Hey, listen, right now the Windy City Bulls are going to be hurting right now because, number one, they don't know if they can keep Zach LaVine. And let's just be honest. I mean, they got all these players on there, but does anybody on this panel really think that even if the Bulls were 100% healthy, that they would be in the finals? I don't think so. I don't think I had enough confidence in them to think that they would be in the finals.
I mean, I wouldn't say in the finals, but we will definitely be seeing a Chicago Bulls, Boston Celtics finals right now in the East.
Oh, you mean like an Eastern Conference? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say the finals because the East is still a little tough. And Chicago, the way they played when they were fully healthy, Jay, they did run the East for a while. They were in charge of the East. So I don't know. I don't know if the Chicago Bulls should run that lineup again, but it's definitely not going to happen because they're already, planning to trade LaVine somewhere. But I don't know. This was your one time, Mike. This was your one time, and they blew it for you guys like the Windy City they are. I pay a lot of respect to Grant Williams. That dude is a hell of a role player.
And he is. He did have an off game last night. He did not shoot the ball well last night. But, like you said, everybody has an off game. So I just kind of pay that more to him just having an off game.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Miami definitely had no chance of Golden State. I don't even know why you even look into the future of thinking Miami will face Golden State in the finals. That's not going to happen. Miami's not even going to beat the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. I can't see that. Top team in the East, top three. I get it, Mike. You were the top team, and when you're healthy, I don't know that. I still have a hard time. I don't know how well you would match up against I don't know, man. I get what Mike's saying. They have a good defense, but at the same time, they have a lot of injuries. And I don't know, man. I just have a hard time believing in that Bulls team. I think for me to have confidence or have more confidence in that Bulls team, I would have to see them play a full year of them being healthy and not having injured players, just so you can really get a good feel for where Chicago really is.
I'm not taking shots or anything like that, but the Chicago Bulls right now remind me of the Dallas Cowboys. Like, they are good. They make the playoffs. They lose, but they're not as, people like still remember the Bulls from back in the 90s, kind of like the Cowboys. They're good. They make the playoffs, but then something happens in the playoffs. And the fan base, Jay, I know you do it too. The fan base still think of the happy times back in the 90s, and that's what keeps you guys still a little bit happy, is thinking about that good time. You're like, damn, I wish we had that team from back in the 90s because we were so freaking fire, and it's like this year comes around and you're like, we're a good team. We make the playoffs, but they freaking lose every time. Like, what's going on? And I feel like that's what the Bulls are. The Bulls are like,
and that's how I feel. I feel like, guys like Damian and guys like Mike, I feel like, and it is a lot like the Cowboys, because I go through the same thing with them. They fill you up with so much promise, only to just let you down in the end, and it hurts.
It's like the Bills. It's like the Bills. The last couple of years, right? They've been looking so good that they've been saying, "Oh, we're Super Bowl bound." And
a lot of people have the Bills at one right now in the power rankings. They got the Bills at the 1 spot.
I don't know why.
I'm just saying a lot of drafts are a lot of power rankings.
That's why, because of Josh Allen.
I just saw a topic that they're talking about on TV that says, could the Patriots fall to the bottom of the AFC East? How are they already trying to put the Jets and Miami ahead of New England?
Because the Jets had a great draft and Miami got a.
I don't trust Zach Wilson though for the Jets.
No, I don't either. That's why I don't listen to those.
I don't trust Tua with Miami. I don't think.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't think that the Jets are going to be better than.
And that's the reason, because Miami picked up Tyreek Hill, and they've been picking up a bunch of weapons and a defense throughout the offseason. They just think that they're probably going to be number 2, but it's not going to happen. I've been seeing videos of Mac Jones. Mac Jones lost weight, Jay. He don't got that little chub anymore. He lost weight this offseason.
But you know what, though? Hey, I'm telling you, I don't believe in Tua one bit. I just don't like Tua.
Have you seen really felt
like if you had a Russell Wilson or somebody with really good pedigree, quarterbacking that Miami team would be freaking almost damn near unstoppable with all the weapons that they have right now. It's crazy.
Have you seen the videos of Tua underthrowing Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, because Tua's not used to throwing to a guy that fast.
So I just got news on my phone, and I don't even know why it just came up, but it says that the NFL has announced that Indianapolis will host the NFL Combine in both 2023 and 2024. I didn't even think that they were thinking of moving the Combine.
We always host it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is this even a breaking news? Like, I don't understand.
We've hosted it for probably the last 20 years or something.
Yeah, the Combine is always in Indy, and I don't understand why they would even think about moving it. Guys, can we say a prayer for Luka? All right, yeah, let's give a little 10-second prayer for Luka. All right, and with that, we don't really care about Luka and the Dallas Mavericks. We already know that they're going to get swept. Sanders, Cowboy fans and Bull fans sit at the same table every year. Woo! He's throwing shots fired at James.
Hey, listen, I get it. Hey, it's okay, because you know what? He'll be right there with the Miami as well, so it's all good.
I can't fight with Sanders on football. I don't know who his football team is.
Yeah, I don't even know who his football team is either. So,
dude, if Tua doesn't do good with Waddle, Hill, and Gesicki, I'll be sick to my stomach. Oh, Andre, honestly, not a Miami fan. I hope you're really not.
Bro, with all the weapons and the defense and so forth that Tua has at his disposal, he's not going to find anything better in the NFL. So this really will tell you, is Tua the guy? If you can't do it with this lineup, then you're not going to do it anywhere.
if Tua struggles this year, Miami's going to move on from. But is anybody else going to pick him up as a starter if he struggles this year with the weapons that he has?
Definitely not.
I think if
Tua's
he gets
good.
picked up, it'll be as a backup.
Tua's good, but he's not as good as people really think. Everybody's forgetting Tua came off of a leg injury back his final year with Alabama.
The hip injury that they thought was going to take him out a lot longer.
He came into the NFL banged up. I don't think Tua is really as good as people think, and that's why I'm more excited that we got Mac Jones rather than getting like Jalen Hurts or Tua, because Mac Jones was there for literally all 4 years of his college career, learning under those two, and also learning under Nick Saban. And he did something both of them didn't. He won the national championship undefeated. We got the answer, baby. Mac Jones.
But Mac Jones really is just a good fit with Bill Belichick. He's a Bill Belichick type quarterback.
Yeah. Now Mac Jones been doing a lot this offseason. He actually is taking a leadership role. And I've been getting news that Joe Judge has been taking a little bit of play callings for the offensive side, but Bill Belichick has been telling Mac Jones, I want you to take control of the field. And Mac Jones has been doing it. He's been yelling at wide receivers like, I want you to go there. I want you to do this. He's yelling at linemen, and that's what a quarterback should do. And I don't think Tua's doing that in Miami because if you really look at it, there's a lot of weapons in Miami, a lot of leadership in Miami. You got Tyreek Hill saying, bro, just throw me the ball. You got Waddle saying to Tyreek, no, bro, we're a team. I want some of the ball. And Tyreek over. But, I could see something like that happening in Miami. Ew.
Oh, Sanders a Cowboys fan as well.
No wonder you guys love each other.
No.
Look, Jay's not even accepting it. Jay's like, no, Sanders. Nope, you're not a Cowboys fan. No, can't do it, bro. You can't. He's saying you can't be a Yankees fan and a Heats fan and think you could be a Cowboys fan. Like, you can't do it. That just gives you a big L if you really look at it. If you go down from the Yankees in New York down to Miami and over to Dallas, that's just a big L, Jay.
Sadly, it's true.
Sanders goes, and at least Miami have won a few chips in the last 10 years. Jay, can you say about those Rockets? You have to wait for MJ to leave for y'all to win one. 20 years plus of suffering, Jay, basketball.
Hey, listen, we can't all bring in, superstar powers like Braun, Bosch, and everything else. So don't act like you didn't buy your championship. So shut the hell up.
Jay, I do know you have to leave soon for your appointment.
Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts real quick on tonight's game of Golden State and Dallas.
Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall. I just don't think Luka's going to probably have another awesome game. But again, if the whole Dallas team doesn't show up, then they don't have a chance in hell. So just because of the momentum and just it's Golden State and Dallas just doesn't have the answer, I'm going Golden State, and they're going to go ahead and complete the sweep tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think Golden State is going to go for the sweep. I've been saying since about after game one, the way Golden State played, I thought that, Dallas might win at least one. Maybe when they go to Dallas, they'll win one. But then after seeing game two, when Dallas had that amazing lead and then letting Golden State come back and they let that slip through their fingers, that changed my whole thought. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, Golden State is definitely going to sweep this team. Like, you had that much of a lead and you let Golden State come back and win it. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I said after game two as well. So Dallas just blew their chance to win a game in this series. I mean, you can't have a lead like that and blow it against the Warriors.
I'm about to shut this guy down. You ready? Frankie, you're from Mass and you're a Lakers fan. You're from Boston. You're a Yankees fan. First of all, I'm not from Boston and I'm not from Mass. I live in New York. I'm from New York. I grew up loving my own teams. I'm not a bandwagon. I don't go liking other teams. When my team is eliminated, I'm eliminated. I don't ride with another team. I pick a team to win series. That's what I do. I don't ride with them. I'm a diehard Yankee fan because in my family, you got to grow up a Yankee fan, damn it. Baseball is a hard-ass sport in my family. Like, baseball comes number one in my family. Laker fan. I grew up a Laker fan because I watched Kobe. I actually grew up liking Jordan and the Bulls because of the way Jordan and Scottie Pippen and them played. But I wasn't even a Bulls fan at the time. That's when I was a kid sitting there on the couch with my grandfather and my father watching basketball. And then when I actually got into the sport of watching it alone, I grew up watching Kobe and Shaq. And that's when I became a Lakers fan back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So don't talk to me about bandwagon. You need a dictionary to learn what bandwagon means.
I was gonna say since I've known Frankie, it's always been the Yankees. You've always been a Yankees fan since I've known you. But your Yankees killed me yesterday, man.
I know, bro. They fucking pissed me off last night. I don't know what the hell happened. They
I
tied the
had him.
game and then they lose it.
I had them in a parlay, and that was the only game I didn't get right because they lost to the damn Orioles. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to lose to the Orioles again. And my Reds killed me because they got beat by the Cubs, so I had to listen. I had to listen to that
I don't.
all night
Sanders,
last night.
Sanders, if you go to every back stream, you will never hear me say we. I would never say we on another team.
No.
Never.
Only time I say we is if it's the Colts or the Reds or the Pacers.
Exactly.
And
I
none of my
only say
teams have
we
been good
for.
here recently, but hey, that's my teams. That's who I ride with.
I only say we for Lakers, Patriots, and Yankees. That's it. I don't say we for no other team. Any other team that I'm rooting for, I call them by their name. Because there's people like me out there that will catch someone like Jay when he says we, and I will like cut that little strip and catch him. I'm not
Yeah,
dumb.
I'm so fired up yesterday, man. I was laughing so hard.
He started it this morning coming in, and he's like, I'm still a little hot from yesterday's show, and I'm like, all right, let me start the show by saying sorry to Jay. Chris, tonight's game, we got Dallas versus Golden State. Give me your thoughts on who you think might win this one.
I think Warriors are going to win it. I agreed with what you said a little bit ago. After Dallas blew game 2, I didn't think they'd win the game, and I still don't think they'll win a game tonight. Just the Warriors are just a better all-around team. Luka's been the best player on the court, but nobody's stepping up and helping him. Well, not enough people stepped up. You get maybe one other guy step up, but they need at least 2 other guys besides Luka to step up if they're going to have a chance against the Warriors.
Right. Yeah, you can't just have Luka do what Luka has been doing. You need everybody to step up. To Damien say, he said, finally NFL is getting rid of the Pro Bowl game. Yeah, I just got that on my phone, Damien. I'm just going to talk about it. The NFL is discussing the Pro Bowl week, and they want to find ways to improve it, or maybe even discussing that they want to eliminate it and using that Sunday to showcase the players in it. I don't know. I mean, the Pro Bowl hasn't been the same as it was before, because if you really look at it, when players freaking catch a long ball, the defense don't even try. They're only there on the Pro Bowl to collect money for charity.
And then half the guys that make the Pro Bowl don't go. It seems like, because they're either hurt, or if you're in the Super Bowl, they don't go. So it's just it's lost a lot of its luster over the years. I can't remember the last time I actually sit down and watched a Pro Bowl. Out of all the All-Star games, it's one of the hardest ones to watch, I think. Like, I can watch an NBA All-Star game. I love watching baseball's All-Star game and the home run derby and stuff. But NFL, the Pro Bowl, I don't know, that's probably the hardest one to watch out of the All-Star games for the leagues.
Yeah, it's weak. It got that low.
I don't know how could you improve it to make it better?
I don't know. Maybe tell the players, we got to actually play. You got to actually hit each other. Don't just let people freaking walk by you. I don't know.
And you got
I really don't know.
Don't want their players doing that because they're afraid of injury. So
True. Frankie, did you make All-State at linebacker when you played? Unfortunately, no, because during my senior year, I got injured. I had an ankle injury off the field, and I didn't. But someone on my team did. I'm not really, what do you say, give myself that much credit, but I just say I was good when I played. Yes, you have. You said we on unscripted when y'all talking about the Celtics game last week. Stop lying, Frank. I never said we. Never said we. Stop trying to hype me up, Damien. You will never catch me say we talking about the Sixers. You're bugging. Smoke another one, bro. They should make the Pro Bowl incentive base for every scoring play 100K, 100 to 500K donated to charity. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. I think they do something like that, or based on the conference. So like if the AFC win, all the teams from the AFC that are in the Pro Bowl have to donate or something like that. I don't know, but something does have to change in the Pro Bowl because this thing is getting wild. Chris, you got a show today?
Yeah, we have the afternoon show at 1, and then I got my Easy Money show at 3, and then unscripted with you guys at 7. So be pretty much on all day again.
Oh yeah, I forgot tonight was unscripted. I'm an unscripted member, and I forgot tonight's Tuesday.
Yesterday on Pride Show, he had us plug our stuff, and I forgot to mention that was on unscripted, and Jay jumped all over me.
Of course he did.
He said, "You mentioned every show you're on except unscripted." I said, "Well, yeah, but you already mentioned unscripted."
Speaking of unscripted, for those of you who don't know, this Saturday live on Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a special guest coming in, Robert Duran Jr. He is the son of the great late legendary Roberto Duran. We'll be having him on our show. It's going to be amazing. I'm real close and personal friends with him. So he's been a busy guy. I've been trying to have him come on our show for months. He just got done with a fight a couple of weeks ago. And I've been trying for a long time, but it's really hard to try and get someone, especially when they're in the middle of training and stuff. So yeah. I'm gonna have
schedule lineup.
Yeah, so we're gonna have him on Saturday, and it's gonna be a great show. We're gonna have some amazing questions. For those of you who are watching, if you want to join, please come on Unscripted. Ask for the link. We're not scared to share. Also, if you got any, you want to talk to him and through the comments and ask him any personal questions or anything like that about how his training is going and how, what he's been doing or anything like that, or any news for boxing, come on Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday, and he'll be on.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be an awesome show.
Chris, who's better, Herbert or Derek Carr?
I would say Herbert. I like Caro as well, but man, Herbert I know the Chargers haven't made it to the playoffs, but a lot of that last year to me was the coach. I mean, if the coach would have known how to use a field goal kicker, they would have been in the playoffs. If you look at Herbert over the last 2 seasons, has the most touchdown, most yards and stuff out of any quarterback ever in their first two seasons in the NFL.
Right.
So it hasn't been all his fault that the Chargers haven't made it a playoff run yet. Like I said, last year, hell, their coach called a timeout to cost them a tie that would have put them in the playoffs.
Right. And I agree. I think out of both those two, I think Derek Carr had his time, but once he got that injury, that's when he fell downfall.
He hasn't been quite the same since that knee injury.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I think Justin Herbert's a better quarterback just because of the way Justin Herbert has been showing out the last 2 seasons. I think now having a stacked offense and a stacked defense with the Chargers, Justin Herbert is going to be phenomenal this year. The Chargers are going to be phenomenal. Watch out for them. The entire AFC West is going to be insane.
Man, all 4 teams can make the playoffs.
Yeah. I really hope they don't. Because then that means some of us are not going to be in the playoffs, Chris, and we're both AFC bound. So I really hope they all 4 don't make it.
Oh, I hope so that they don't either. I think another team that I think is going to be good this year is going to be the Broncos because of getting Wilson. That's what they've been missing as a quarterback.
Carr was never good in my opinion. He made too many mistakes in his career. I mean, he had that one fantastic season before he got injured. Honestly, I think it was like a year before they left Oakland.
Well, yeah, and the year he got injured, he was having a real good year as well, wasn't he? And then he got injured and took out because that's when they made the playoffs and had to play without him. And then after that, he's been I would say a little bit above average. He just hasn't been as good, as great as he was before.
Right. Well, Chris, you got any final thoughts before we head out? Because I got nothing more to talk about. My kids are crying in the background.
No, thanks for joining us, and join us today at 1 p.m. Eastern for the ASAP Afternoon Blitz, and come join us tonight for Unscripted.
Sanders, yeah, we know UFC.
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Gons is actually a big UFC fight. He always goes live on pay-per-views and stuff like that. So you might want to check out Chris and X more UFC with Chris.
Oh yeah, I love UFC.
All right, guys. Well, that's our Tuesday episode. I want to thank Chris for coming on in, giving his thoughts about the Miami Heat lost the Celtics game, also giving his thoughts on the NFL and tonight's game against the Dallas Mavericks and the Golden State Warriors. I want to thank Jay McLovin for coming on, even though he had a dip because, you know, he has a doctor's appointment. He has to go get his colon checked out probably. You know, old people get that checked out nowadays. And not Chris, though. Not Chris. Chris isn't that old. But
Not yet.
he said, not yet. Thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. We hope you enjoy your day. Before we head out, let's read this last comment. What's your guys' thoughts on the potential Stipe versus John Jones fight for the vacant heavyweight title?
It'd be fun to watch. Man, I'm probably leaning toward Jones just because he's a little quicker than Stipe. That's the only reason. But man, that'd be an awesome fight to watch. Yeah,
if you want to ask Chris more questions on UFC or anything like that, check out his show this afternoon. It'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time, right, Chris?
Yep. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on ASAP. Check him out. It's going to be a great panel, great show. If you have any questions on UFC, ask them there.
Why did the Colts just sign another fucking running back for? We need a wide receiver, not running back. We just signed Phillip Lindsay. We already have Taylor. Now we're signing another one.
Makes no sense.
Oh, God. My Colts, man, they're going to give me a heart attack.
Enjoy your day, everybody. It's your boy, Frankie C. Picking the Golden State Warriors tonight for the sweep. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Catch Unscripted tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time with Jay McLovin, Logan Landers, your boy Chris Gons. I won't be there. I'll be at work. I'll be there Saturday with our guest, Robert Duran Jr. But other than that, thank you guys and have a wonderful day.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.